Hey guys, welcome in. Today we have Volume 4 of the Spring Roundup series. Camp is rolling along and a few freshmen are really looking like some serious players. We have some very interesting comments about defensive coordinator Alex Grinch as well. But before we get into all of it, if you guys have any questions or comments you want discussed in the next viewer comment video, make sure to leave them down below. Also, if you are enjoying the videos, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and let's get right into it. So first up today, we have Trojan defensive back Bryson as he talks about accountability for last season's defensive struggles, as well as his support for Coach Grinch.
Yes, sir. I think Coach Grinch is a fantastic coach. I love playing for him. I would say his biggest strength is just his drive and motivation. I mean, he gets this group fired up every day and gets us ready to attack. And it's just, we all love playing for him. I mean, couldn't ask for a better coach. You know, we love him. He's a master motivator. One of the best, like, he is the best motivator coach I've seen.
And like a lot of situations, he's kind of taken a lot of the accountability and a lot of the responsibility for things that didn't go right last year. As you look at last season, where do you guys need to get better as a defense?
I mean, that's the type of man he is. He's going to take the accountability for it, but it's not on him. It's a lot on the players. It's not executing. You know, I feel like we all feel like we let him down, kind of, and we have that drive. You know, we feel like we let him down. We just want to get this year for him. And I feel like you feel that in how we're practicing.
Okay, so I love that from Bryson. That is a true leader right there, and he's also 100% correct. As angry as some of you get at Grinch, you forget that the players are the ones on the field. The players have an opportunity to make a play. Like I said in the last video, Grinch isn't coaching these guys to blow coverages and whiff on tackles. Now, is Alex Grinch perfect? Absolutely not. But Bryson's response right there gives me even more confidence that Alex can be a successful defensive coordinator at USC. We also saw Bryson's directorial debut as USC star safety Kalen Bullock joins the media scrum.
Has he graduated from Sticks in terms of his weight work?
I mean, look at the man. Hold on. Put the camera on him. Look at him. He's a solid 195 right now. I mean, he's going to be hitting stuff this year, too.
Who got the best ball skills out of all of you?
You know I'm going to say you. You knew I was going to say that. That's an easy one.
Gotta say I agree with his answer there, but Bryson Shaw is one of the most likable players in the entire country. I mean, what a wonderful guy. Honestly, this entire session is just awesome. I'm gonna link the full version down below in the description. I highly recommend you go listen to the whole thing. If Bryson isn't one of your favorite players in the entire country, by the end of it, there's something wrong with you. Next up, we have new USC punter Eddie Chaplichki, as he opens up about the turmoil surrounding the Arizona State program that led to his entrance into the transfer portal.
So big part was, the coaching staff firings. There's a lot of turmoil around the program, a lot of kind of controversy, a lot of stuff behind the scenes that was, I don't want to speak too bad about some people that were there, but there's a lot of chaotic things going on with the program. So I had a pretty good year. Decided to test the waters and ended up getting in contact with Coach Doherty and make the decision coming on over. So.
Herm Edwards really did a number on that program. I'm excited for Eddie though. No disrespect intended to Aiden Sleep Dalton, but the punting last year was not where it needed to be. Hopefully we won't be seeing too much of Eddie, but adding the best punter in the conference is a welcome addition. Alright, next up we have second year safety Zion Branch, as he discussed how he is feeling coming off a torn ACL last year.
I feel 100. I'm good to go right now. There was a long season, so this whole season, this off season, I was just training to get back and rehabbing. So right now I'm feeling great right now, good to go.
Did you learn anything about yourself maybe during the rehab process, or were there any lessons that you took away from that, being so young and having to deal with that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was the first time I really went through something like that too, so I really learned a lot about myself and, how much I love this game. So, I mean, having an injury like that, my freshman year really taught me a lot about myself and how much I really love the game, like I said. So, I'm feeling good right now. And, man, that's it.
Great to hear that he's feeling back to 100%. He's going to be a key player in the Trojan secondary this year, so every rep is important. Zion would also discuss why he grew up a Trojan fan and what player he idolized and looked up to most.
My dad, he brought me and my brother to the USC games before, so I mean, it was just kind of like, being around. This is like the first college team that I really started watching, the first game I've been to. So, when I started to go to USC games, it was like, man, I want to go to USC. I want to be a part of that program. So, like I said, being here now, it's like, it feels surreal.
Was there any SC players back then you looked up to?
Yeah, Iman Marshall. So, Biggie, man, he was one of those dogs that I really looked up to. So, I feel like, wearing that number 2, it's like, man, it feels like a dream come true, like I said.
I would love to hear your guys' first USC game stories down in the comments. Technically, my first USC game was in South Bend in 03, but my first game in the Coliseum was the Arkansas game in 05. A lot of points were scored that day. But make sure to let me know your guys' first games down below. Anthony Lucas also met with the media for the first time. He's very reserved and shy. Can't say I blame him after the local Texas A&M media drug his name in the mud for a situation he wasn't even an active participant in. He seems to have a really deep bond with defensive line coach Sean Nua. He also went on to say that he was going to be playing baseball for USC next spring. So if Deuce Robinson commits, Anthony, Deuce, and Mario Williams will all be playing baseball together next year. I'm a huge Trojan baseball fan, so that'll be really cool to see. Alright, next up we have former Georgia State linebacker Jamil Muhammad. For those who didn't know, Jamil originally was a quarterback, now is a defensive player. He talked about how his quarterback roots help how he sees things from the other side of the ball.
Oh, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. Just as Caleb, me and him talk about a lot about kind of what I see from his snap count point of view, like certain formations that I can get a beat on certain things in practice. So if you can get a beat on some of the things that them guys do, I mean, he's Heisman Trophy for a reason. He makes a lot of ridiculous decisions at the line. He checks a lot. So for me to be able to process that and still understand what's coming, I think that definitely has something to do from my former quarterback intellect. So that's another thing that I'm grateful for. It just allows me to play faster.
So that's really fascinating. I love the collaborative effort between those two. Jamil is someone I could definitely see having the captaincy when the season starts, but he also went on to discuss the mentality switch between playing quarterback and edge.
The toughest part probably was just switching my mentality, because you gotta think I went from playing, no disrespect to quarterbacks, but I went from playing one of the least physical positions on the field to probably one of the most physical positions on the field. With an exception of nose guard, probably. But I think to do that is very uncanny, and you got to definitely switch your mentality before you do anything, because there's no being soft on that side of the ball. So I think that definitely was the biggest thing for me.
So that's very interesting to think about, but I'll tell you what, Jamil is sharp, humble, and a natural born leader. I think he's going to be a breakout player for SC this season. Alright, so moving on, there are two players I want to talk about here briefly, those players being Tackett Curtis and Zach Branch. I really think these two have a chance to be some of the most impactful and beloved players in USC history. I think they're both going to be elite players. They both have rare athleticism at their respective positions, and just seeing them in the brief clips we have available to us, they look like they're ready to make an immediate impact in year one. I know Tackett is running with the twos right now, but the fact that he is paired with Mason Cobb makes me feel like those two are going to be the primary linebacker pairing when the season starts. Assuming Tackett can grasp the mental side of playing Mike, I think it'll be those two. And with Zach, we all know he's going to be a monster on special teams, but I really think he's dynamic enough already to make a major impact on offense. Really can't wait to see what's in store for those two. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to help support the channel in an even bigger way, you can do so over on my Patreon for only $1 a month. Thank you all so much for tuning in. You guys are all awesome, and as always, take care and fight on.